black stereotype.
Hold on.
Actually, the Lee is actually a Korean middle name because I put that in.
Ooh,
That baby.
the name is black. His name is Henny Lee Jr.
Your camera's
Wong.
fine, honey. Stay in that corner.
The only
All right,
thing
all right.
Asian about his name is Wong.
Yeah.
All right. We are here. Hey, can we get it going? There we go. Thank you. We are here, man. Clicked up the podcast in the building, man. We're doing our thing, man. Saturday. It's the first of the month.
Whoop whoop.
It's the first of the month.
Wake up.
It's the first of the month.
Okay, Henny, just take it easy.
I make sure y'all get the wormhole. It's the first.
Period.
Tonight we have some. We got some love in the
If you
building.
ain't pay your rent, it ain't no point in stressing. Just come on.
Just go to the
Just come
go
on to the show.
Oh yeah.
If you ain't got enough now, you ain't gonna have
short
enough.
$200, $300, $400. Take 20 of that and
Just go to the show.
$200, $320 short and go to the show.
Yeah, man. Just go to the show. It's a dope show, man. We're gonna have. Go ahead, Empress.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, so we're gonna have Chuck Raw in the building. You know what I'm talking about?
A little bit of applause.
Salt Life. Yeah, no. And a handful of other artists that are really, really dope. And so many other people plan on coming through. So it's definitely another networking opportunity, exposure, and promo opportunity as well.
Yep. Congratulations on that, putting that together. I know. Working with all these artists can be difficult.
It take a lot.
There's a lot of egos in the room.
It's tedious.
Is it? How do you deal with these?
His pacifier.
Just in case y'all don't know, man, Henny is in the building. Mrs. Henny is also in the building. We and Henny Jr. is in the building. Yeah, we would show you, but you know it is what it is. Henny Jr. is
Baby around like hot potato.
Oh wow, it's wilding. And we also have back in the building a dope videographer working with Kel.
Shut the fuck up, man. Don't call me that. Come on, man.
Videographer. I mean, that's what you do.
More than one thing.
Everybody's something. All right.
I'm not. I don't do.
Henny.
I mean, I will like if you pay me, but.
What is your passion project? Like, what is your main thing? Give your own intro.
His name is Garrison.
Garrison Allen. Hi.
Garrison Allen. Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Garrison.
No, I'm a videographer, editor, colorist. I do work with.
Did you say racist?
Did you just try to applause at that?
Right.
I just heard the applause at that.
You can play the applause. Go for it.
No, colorist. So like color grading and shit. And I've worked with Kel Denise over here for 2 of her music videos. We just gave her the final version of one of her songs, Through You, that came out a while back. We filmed that maybe a month ago, and
Damn, was it?
Oh, so you got some good turnaround time.
yes, yes, sir, yes,
It had
sir.
the rough to me in a week.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. That's good stuff.
there you go. So, I'm over here in Savannah. I'm from New Orleans.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Originally?
yes. I am.
Oh, sweet.
So I'm
That's awesome.
I'm a Saint fan. Everything. Well, I kind of have to be, but
Wow. Nah, make it go all the way through. You do it for me. Don't be skipping. Oh, man. So, man, we're going to go right into it, man. We have a quick little episode we're going to do for y'all. A bunch of stuff is going on. I'm gonna see where y'all are at. Then we do a little testing of the room. We're going to do a little current events. And then we're going to dive into the subject that I wanted to get into. Cool for you? Is that cool?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, first of all, Trump has been indicted
my goat.
on all... I knew he was a colorist.
Now, I fuck with you.
Nice. Those were good. Good job.
No, so
indicted
on all 35
Wait,
counts.
Dive. Let's just admire
Ooh,
my
35.
Henny right here. He is admiring Kel.
Yeah, he is.
Look at the love he sees for Cal. Look how good. Look
She's
at him.
taken.
Don't try and introduce another baby. It's not happening.
Nah, turn off that 80s porn music. she's taken, bro.
Hey, my God.
I don't know. I think my son's trying to steal your girl.
I see what he's working with.
You gotta beef with that kid.
Cuteness.
Right.
You gotta get up in his face.
So
Right.
when he's gone, he'll be old enough.
Wow.
Whoa!
Christ
Wait a
alive.
minute.
Let's reel this back in. Hi everybody. This is Cliqu'd the podcast. Jesus Christ. This is why we can't get nowhere as a people. We got mixed company and everything. Jesus
Empress,
Christ.
you shout the fuck out. Yo.
So Trump got indicted on all counts of.
Are we surprised?
Actually, I think I am a little bit because of the political process, and you know, you're inside of an empire. I mean, I know it doesn't feel like that every day, but when you're dealing at that level of politics, you're dealing with like heavy implications, right? So,
1000%.
so it's different to say like it's easy to find me guilty or you guilty, but when you're talking about somebody who has political influence to that degree, it's you. I wouldn't have been surprised if they didn't. Like, it would have been like, oh, he got found innocent on all counts. And, like, you know, he's able to place judges where he wants judges when he was president.
Especially because the charges that they were actually like going at him for were a lot more tame than what actually he did.
Yeah.
It was because it was mostly surrounding what he, like, the payment he made after the hush money payments to his lawyer, not to Stormy Daniels actually. Those charges kind of played a pretty minor role.
Right.
It was more about him and his former lawyer.
Right.
I ended up getting to watch like a little interview that his current lawyer did with CNN, like basically like an hour or so after the verdict came out. And I was shocked that Trump got indicted on all counts. You know, that he got swept. It was crazy.
Basically, he got, yo.
And until I saw the lawyer. And that charisma
But the
black
real-
hole. He's stuttering the whole time. Dude, it's like Doc Rivers. In the
that's
finals.
minor.
Yeah.
Like, you can't. He's not winning, right? So,
But my thing is like, don't you think he could afford a better lawyer? Was it not on
no,
purpose to
he's
lose?
pissed off like half the lawyers in New York, and he doesn't pay them.
Oh.
So it's like,
Yeah, who do you get that is willing to do it on, like, namesake?
yeah,
Because
Respect
it's
for
pretty
that.
much like he's saying, like he's pissed off and not paid and crossed so many people, and then he's proven that if you get in leagues with him and he has to like throw you overboard to save himself, he's gonna do that.
there you go.
Yeah, but
But
I mean,
isn't it like that for everybody though?
not
To
necessarily. I
save
feel
their
like,
ass.
yeah, but I think like with the situation with like Trump is, I feel like I guess for me, I wasn't 100. Like again, like you said, I wouldn't have been surprised if he did not get charged with anything. But at the same time, I'm not surprised that he did, just solely because
But all counts.
he tells. But he's honest about his
Yeah,
shit.
that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't try to hide anything. He does not give a fuck. He's gonna say what he got to do, especially if he's gonna get some.
So I
fucking
mean, because
clout behind it.
you got to understand that, you know, when federal indictments come down, it's pretty much because they dotted all their I's, crossed all their T's. So this wasn't an if you did it, it was a why you did it, and that's why he got indicted. It wasn't because, like you said, giving out the money. It was the purpose of the money was to augment his chances at political prominence. You know what I'm saying?
Which
So
is cool, but I mean, did he not say that he did that?
No, he said he's especially
Straight up
with like the
saying.
Mar-a-Lago stuff. Like, he says, I'm gonna do the crime, and I know it's criminal, and I'm gonna do it, and like it's terrible.
The
Like, he's saying, I am a criminal. I am doing
He's
the
admitting.
crime. Here
It's
are,
not like he's
I'm
not
naming all
admitting
of
it.
my associates. Here are 5 people that I'm paying off to, you know, help me in this. It's like he's comedically awful
Yes,
at corruption.
yes.
And it's like,
Ugh.
I don't understand. Yeah, thank you. I don't understand.
but it's and I know this is gonna, you know, come over, but it's what that sort of privileged feeling gives you. Like, I can call my shots. I mean, the man who got on TV and said, hey, I can probably murder somebody in the middle of the street and still be your president,
Can't believe he said that.
and then became our president. Like, so of course, if I
But
can
I mean,
get
that's
on
also
TV
somebody
and
that knows law. I don't feel like he's playing with the law because he doesn't know it. He's playing because he knows. A lot of them, they study what they can and cannot do and how to maneuver through those holes. That's weird.
So then you're absolutely right. So then now imagine somebody who has
Me too.
Henny
upset
is
some,
pissed off about this.
not paid so many people, had so many bankruptcies, had so many lawsuits against him and not paying contractors, and he never set foot in anything unsavory. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I've been doing this for 50 years. What's to say I can't do this now?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? What history does he have with fault, blame, and consequence that would inform how he behaves? Nothing. You know what I'm saying?
There ever been?
It's almost, I mean, and to a very lesser extent, in a very distracting way, it's the same thing Diddy did.
Thank you. I was finna.
You know what I'm saying? So what has informed Diddy from 1992 to 2024 that his behavior has consequence?
At a
Not
certain-
until they get caught.
Yeah. It's
And
not
then
about
even then they don't give a fuck.
it's not about getting caught, because like you see this all the time. Like billionaires will engage in like corruption and do crimes, but they won't get like prosecuted. The United States government knew what Jeff Epstein was doing for a very long time before he even had any sort of consequences for his actions.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember why, but it was
He wasn't paying the.
they
his
deemed
tax
it
dollars.
so that he was beneficial, like as an institution to the United States in some way. So they knew what he was doing. They had evidence of it, and they just never really even cared to like enact on that until, for some reason or another,
Did it not just become more public news, and so they had to do something?
Well,
No.
you have to understand that when
Like I know
when
a
they
lot
need
of people knew,
when they
but I
when
guess
they
the
need a
controversy-
distraction, you got to understand what are they putting in your what they're putting in your
Oh
face.
yeah, no, of course.
Is the misdirection, right? So you had, at the same time, you had Weinstein, you had Jeffrey Epstein, you had R. Kelly, and they were putting this big parade in front of your face. Meanwhile, there were things going on behind the curtains. There were, tax laws that were coming into effect. There were, certain things that were just happening that were going to affect your lives, that they needed you to be worried about these moral issues when the economic issues, the economic implications of
What is your problem?
of Gaza or whatever.
There's three U.S. funded genocides going on right now.
Right.
And this is kind of taking a lot of our attention. And it's great that Trump is getting indicted, and it's unprecedented that he's getting not indicted, convicted.
Convicted for sure.
But he's not going to face any like real consequences. Like
No, he's gonna be on house arrest.
he's
for
not going to
fucking
go to
20 years.
jail, right? And obviously that is up to the judge, but he's not going to go to jail. He has no priors.
Not a
and
regular
He
one.
was the fucking president of the United States. What is the Secret Service going to go to jail with him? You know what I mean? I mean,
That's very happy, and even the
Can he still run for president?
yes.
yes,
He
Okay.
can
I
he could
thought
be elected
he-
president.
he
and-
can be
That's what I
elected
thought.
president. He just can't leave the country to a lot of places
Well,
because
he-
as a
Is that
convicted
not a
felon.
part of the
Well,
job?
he has to. Wouldn't he just pardon himself?
That is the political conundrum, right? Because does the president have the ability to
pardon themselves.
pardon himself of crimes?
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm not.
I mean, I don't know either.
I'm not an expert in that. I just
Yeah.
know what's happening.
Yeah,
basically.
I used to be real privy on it. I just kind of.
So like now you have you have the sitting president Biden, sending $4 billion to help the genocide in one place particularly that we're talking about, Gaza.
Yeah, Gaza.
And the bombing in Rafah and all this other stuff that's going on, and it's like, if you go to my Facebook page, I've said stuff like that, like, yo, there's $4 billion going to murder women and children,
Yep.
and we're paying the tab to the murderers.
Yep.
Yeah.
But Diddy though, right?
Yeah.
But
and
Diddy
like,
though.
and like, I wish that we could. And unfortunately, like, we live in a world where we can't really have both, right?
we can't concentrate on two
We
things at
can't.
one
We
time.
can't both
Oh yeah, no, it
punish
was on
Diddy, but
purpose.
then also collectively organize. And it is, yeah, no, it is. I do feel like it is a tactic to kind of split, organization.
I mean, because we're not even talking about all the colleges across the country that are.
protest.
Yeah, we've
protesting.
stopped talking about that as
Right.
like a society completely, and I
then they're
feel that
getting
was
pepper
manufactured
sprayed.
outrage by pro state like talking heads and stuff like that, because like it's not a big deal. Like they're not blocking anyone from going to classes. They're not like affecting any sort of like flow on like Columbia campus or anything like that. Like I know people on there. I know people who were in those encampments. Like they weren't. I know people who were in and outside of those encampments.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They weren't like affecting the flow of the day.
They weren't disrupting it.
It was it was a form of protest, but you know when
it was functional,
when you protest against the state will enact, especially in a a pseudo fascist country like America.
Pseudo, quasi. I like that.
Quasi, yeah, quasi fascist country like America, where the state has a lot of authoritarian power. It's going to enact quote unquote justice onto you.
Oh yeah,
and it's gonna keep you from
it's gonna protect its order for sure.
It's gonna protect its own priorities and stuff like that.
So
I'm slightly impressed by the ages, and
don't let the young folks fool you just because you think.
Oh no! I love what he's doing, man. Because like I was listening to this on the way up here. So like I had it on speaker, like I had it on the car, like on the way up here. I'm listening to news about Gaza and all that stuff like that. So,
but it's like they like a lot of the people that are fuck you. A lot of the people that are agreeing, for lack of better words, with what's going on are a lot of the people that are kind of just okay with not questioning everything, and a lot of the time,
and there's a lot of that because it's. And I know, man, it's gonna date me a lot, but it's really like The Matrix.
Yep.
No,
right.
Is.
It's really like there are some people, because I was an adult when it came out.
You just dated yourself.
I did. Damn. Where's my rim shot?
I was a teenager.
Jesus Christ, he's lacking on the sound. What are we doing?
That was so late.
Right. So because like remember that there's this one guy who was like, yo, I know now that I know that this is what it is, I would rather have not known.
Yeah.
And go back to not knowing. So I'd rather the state, which is the Matrix, take that memory from me and just put me back where they found me. Because what is real is dismal and it's despair.
And that's how the last Matrix was.
So it's like, so it was really a social science movie, which was really dope. I don't think at the time that it came out, we understood it to that degree.
That was the point.
Yeah.
Well, there's also like, I don't like the Wachowski sisters now are like put a lot of that like trans identity into the movie and like subtext and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, like there was a lot of
Me too.
But the thing was, the adults at the time,
the directors were, they transitioned after those movies came out, and a lot of like subtext into those movies was like pro-trans and about that kind of experience.
So there was just so many layers. Like, and so I think at the time, we were just magnetized to the what do you call it? The pomp and circumstance, the graphics and the cinematography of it all. We got lost in that. It was like, oh shit, like we were watching the future. So a lot of the subtext got lost on us, and it wasn't until like it got a little older, and the dissemination of information kind of got like more spread out. Because in the early 2000s, we were still really working off of whatever the news factories were telling us. So our perception of the world wasn't as democratized as the internet is now. There wasn't that many wormholes you can go down. There wasn't that many, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So now, there's 1,000 echo chambers and you can jump in anyone at any time. In the early 2000s, there were like 4.
There you go.
Like ESPN, CNN, Fox, and fucking PBS, and that was like the echo chambers.
You took me back to my childhood. PBS.
Yeah.
No, seriously, I was watching like those all like little small like cartoons and shit. Like what was it? The like the Animaniacs. No, not that.
No.
But the
like Cyber Chase.
No, it's like the 2 white Australian dudes.
Oh,
with,
Zaboomafoo.
What?
Zaboomafoo.
It's animated.
The Crack Brothers.
Yes. There you go.
That's what they call it now. They took the whole live and took Zaboomafoo out, and now it's just about the brothers. It is a cartoon.
Oh, okay.
There was like history. Wait, hang on. It's about like something else.
So no, it's about similarly, but Zaboomafoo was the lemur.
Okay.
and it was live. Like the Crap Brothers were physically
Oh, really?
in like this big old jungle clubhouse tree thingy, and the Boomerfoo, the lemur, would jump around and
Oh, that's sick. I didn't know.
emphasize the animal for the day, and then they would go explore the jungle for the giraffe.
Huh.
And then they would show us live giraffes and stuff like that. It was more alive. It was alive. It was real stuff. And now it's the Crap Brothers, and it's a cartoon.
Huh. I didn't know that. Look at
Look
that.
it up. It's
The more you know.
Boomerfoo.
I'm gonna look at.
It's
Yeah.
the Boomerfoo and the Crap Brothers. While walking through the woods one day. Yeah, all that shit.
There you go.
All right, so dope conversation. We're about to move into some social stuff. So I was pooping today.
Let's go.
Okay.
TMI.
The older you get, the more regular means something.
Really?
Okay, take it easy. No, and I was having a thought, and I was just like,
You understand now why it was?
I just watched them on the shitter thinking. Go ahead, continue. Now I'm just putting more of a picture. Just continue.
I'm actually
Playing the
not
game.
picturing
Well,
it.
yeah,
I don't know if that's,
instantly said
it's absolutely
when he
fine,
said-
sir.
If you
and thank
say,
you.
Okay.
if you say
Just wanted to
big
make sure.
purple elephant, I see it as soon as you say it.
Mm-hmm.
So when he said I was on the crapper, I saw him on the toilet instantly. It's like no
You
thought.
you couldn't even help yourself.
No,
No.
I saw you on the toilet, naked, just on the toilet.
Who
'Cause
is
I-
on a toilet?
Most people
Wait, hang on.
Absolutely.
boo boo naked.
Why are you picturing him
People
naked?
boo boo
on the toilet?
naked because people boo boo naked.
Well, you got to take off all your
when I
clothes to
think-
boo boo.
I
It's
don't.
madness.
No,
When I think you're about to boo boo,
What do you
I
do in
think
public
shower.
on the
bathrooms?
toilet, shower.
that's like that's
Are you
like
the reason why they have the hooks in the public
that's an
bathroom?
experience. No, that's
mean-
that's traumatic. If you have to take off your clothes, that means that something happened.
No, it don't. It's comfortable.
Is it treacherous shit finna happen?
Yeah,
Or you
it's
got
real.
a onesie on?
It could be real,
lady.
like with your pants on and it's just all the way down.
Right.
You can't.
Yeah, if you got a
can't
onesie on, it's
spread the way you need to spread in order for to have a relaxed exit. So
Exit is
Yeah,
madness.
you uncomfortable. You're like, dang man, like. And so I automatically picture when somebody say they got a boo boo,
Naked.
they naked
Absolutely, no, inappropriate.
with the little scully on and
Having
stuff,
fun, aren't you, honey?
with the hat
So-
and the do rag. Continue.
Sorry.
Moving on. Can we?
Yeah.
All right.
Proceed. What's your shit thoughts?
Shit thoughts.
Shout out homeboy on the boards.
No,
right, like
facts.
he's having a
doing
bunch of
it.
fun. I'm gonna change the buttons and fuck with him. I've been thinking about it. Don't tempt me. You're gonna come in here, gonna be some new shit on there. Anyway,
You better keep the rim shut.
Womp womp womp.
He just gonna mix them up. All the sounds gonna be the same. He just gonna mix them up.
yeah, I'm gonna keep all the sounds. I'm just gonna move them, just to make it fucked up.
All right,
No.
shit thoughts.
So I was thinking about this.
You didn't even have to qualify it as like a on the toilet thought. You could have just said.
I was going through the motion so I could remember how I remembered it.
Okay.
All right. You know what I mean? I've been to
Process.
college. I know how you remember things is just as important as what you remembered.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
Is
Your
it?
shit thoughts. What
Yeah.
about
I mean, they never taught you that? Like,
Yeah.
at least my professor taught us, like, if you smoked weed to study, then you're going to need to smoke weed to take the test. Because your mind remembers not only what it remembered, but how it took
How
it.
it remembers.
Oh, so you shit
that
right
good?
now to remember.
Yes, I had to go
he
to the
had
place where I
picture
was shitting.
himself.
Okay.
Yeah, he had to put that into perspective, dude.
And I was like, where was I at? I was shitting. And I was,
Alright.
right now?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm-
we've been
I'm
talking
sorry,
about
let's-
shitting for
let's-
like 7 minutes.
Yeah. Like, the premise only lasts like 15 seconds. We have been in this for, like,
Yeah.
longer than I was on the
Continue.
toilet,
Our bad.
actually.
You're
Our
expecting.
bad.
So I was thinking, because here's what happened. Like, so I'm using the bathroom, and
Grunner.
Kel is cooking. Like, she's making something to eat, right? And it's really dope. Like, we have a really dope dynamic, or whatever.
Okay.
So I'm thinking to myself, like, that's really dope. I kind of got like a really chill dynamic going on. But I've started to think about people who don't have that dynamic and how lopsided it gets. And I noticed that there's most of the time in a relationship, one person giving way more than the other person
There
is
we
giving.
go.
And yeah. So I was like, but
You know who you are.
so here's the thing. Why do we give our best selves to some of the worst people, and then turn around, and then when we meet a better person, turn around and give them a mediated, truncated version of ourselves? Why do we give like, oh, when I meet the
I
right
can
person?
explain my personal situation.
I don't have to put a situation to
So
that question.
yeah, so it's like, and I've been in relationships with women, and they'll tell me, oh my gosh, when I was with this last guy, and he was a this, and he did that, and he sold drugs, and he was a killer or some junk, and she was just a puppy dog in his lap, and whatever he needed, and whatever she did, whatever if he told her not to wear that, she wasn't gonna wear it. If he told her not to do this, that, and the third, she wasn't gonna do it. And she cooked and she cleaned and she bailed him out of jail and she did all these, just
Everything.
and then get with
be phenomenal.
It's not about that.
Let me get to the premise.
Sorry, I forget.
Christ alive, people.
My bad. Go ahead.
And then when you get with a nicer guy or a girl, where you think,
Gay.
and then
My bad.
so when you
My fault.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
So when you get with that person that actually has standards and morals, all of a sudden you give them this, I'm not going to be doing this for you, and I'm not going to be doing this for you, and I'm not going to do this, and I'm not going to do that. And it's like, well, this person would actually take that version of you that you gave to that other guy and probably make it a much nicer experience.
Yep.
With reciprocity and thankfulness and all that stuff. But there's something about that guy or that girl. And for me, there are women I showed up for in my full self.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And definitely did not get that back.
Well, let's think.
Church.
So let's go. So
Well, I was personally thinking about the fact that sometimes, well, from my personal experience, when I became the one to just be at your service, I was intrigued to a level that I had never been intrigued before. And I was also being presented, I'm at your service as well. And so you fall in love with I'm at your service, and you feel obliged to be at their service.
right.
And you give it, and it becomes a way of your life at that time. So then when things start to change, like some people complacent, some people get comfortable, and then when you're doing that and you're making it like most women that have been at your service, they're making it their life business to make sure they're there for him.
Right.
It's a purpose for them. And at that point, either him or her starts to feel like you're obligated to doing that. And then once they start feeling you're obligated to doing that, they let up a little bit. And it's like, I don't think they intentionally let up a little bit. It's just one of those things. And then when they let up a little, bit, you continue to still put that same effort. So they let up a little bit more. They start to realize that this is happening
Regardless of what I do.
This is happening regardless of what I do. So shit, at this point, I'ma just do what I want to do, and she's still or he's still doing and doing and doing. What happens when that person realizes, like, this motherfucker is not paying me no attention. He or she is not really understanding what this really means to me to be this service. Like, this is not something I did in my last relationship. It's probably not really in depth a part of the character that they have been holding. It's a part of their essence, and they feel comfortable being their essence with you, and you're not realizing that that's their essence. They want to, I think everybody wants to be all in for someone and comfortable and vulnerable in that state.
Right.
And then the other person just doesn't realize the significance in that. And then that person realizes, like, I'm not getting the same end of the stick that I'm giving out. I'm getting the shit in. And now I know. So then you start setting boundaries. You start like, no, I'm not going to keep doing this for this same person that I'm giving my all to.
Right.
I'm saying, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I want to, but it's hurting me to do it. So I'm not doing this. You need to do better. Look, just give me something so I feel okay continuing to do this. And it becomes a whole battle. When you finally get out of it, you like, I'm not doing that shit again. I'm not going to just be in awe with somebody and do that shit again.
Right. So that's that right there. Right. So
Right.
Back on her.
go ahead.
So, my biggest thing, I like to compare what becomes abusive relationships,
But
for
you
lack of better
still-
words.
You still, I just want to say this. You still want in.
Yeah, it's
inside,
not
you
ever that they
still
don't want you.
to
They're
give.
scared
You still
to.
want to give that to the next person, but I'm just not.
So, I like to compare it to an addiction at the end of the day. Whenever I'll use weed for an example. You smoke weed for the first time, that first 3 months you're smoking, it's wonderful, right?
At first it's paranoia, and then you're like, oh my shit, and then it gets
Yeah. But like, I mean,
Weed are
that's
you
anything
smoking?
when you first. That's anything
Her
when
weed
you
is
get
called
into.
fentanyl.
Oh my god. That's like the first phase when you are in that puppy love, not knowing whether it's real or whatever the case may be, and then when you get in, you settle into it. But then after a while, you have to take a tea break because it's not hitting the same. So in a sense, love is a drug. It's just as addicting as anything else. And so for me, I feel like the reason why they're able to stay with that is because they're addicted to that love that they were getting.
Yep.
And they're going to do anything to chase that high afterwards.
I was about to say, yeah, they hold on to when
What it
first-
was originally.
when it first is beautiful. You paint a picture of the future.
Right, and that's all
And
you're
then-
storing in your mind.
And then you're like, it was like this at first, so it can get back. We just gotta
work together, talk better.
You guys are walking
but
me
you
gotta
through
communicate.
If you're the
a
only,
relationship
if
that I've.
if you're the only one saying we just gotta,
It's not
then
gonna go
we
anywhere.
ain't doing
No.
shit.
And so then when
It's
it comes
crazy.
down to the next person, it's a matter
Feeling it.
of feeling that crash.
This is exactly
from,
like
But
From
it
that high.
takes 6 months to a year to do that in a little bit. And when you're a compassionate person, I'm the type of person, I see red flags. I also know that I'm human. I also know that you're human. So the red flags that I'm seeing is a part of you just being human.
you just like going to
And-
Six Flags.
And I'm I'm the
shit.
type of person, as soon as you acknowledge a red flag, I'm going to address it within myself first. If it's not a red flag for me, I'll continue to whatever, or I'll adjust it. And if it's definitely a red flag, then I'm going to do whatever I have to do. The same effort I put into being at your service, I'm going to put that same effort into correcting this.
Right, but
this-
that's you.
this
When you
red
got to
flag.
think about it as speaking from an element of people that don't truly understand how to be able to do that yet. Because if you're in those type of toxic relationships, you see that that effort declining, why the fuck are you still there? If you're that
Because
aware
you-
of yourself.
because you're also aware of not only being aware of yourself, but you're understanding being aware of people.
Right, which is fine. You can do that. People are awarded grace in any type of relationship that you have, whether it's a friendship, a relationship, or a parent. You know what I mean? But after a certain point, how long are you dealing with that situation that you
then
can't
that's
correct
when
your fucking
then that's
wrong?
when those, sometimes it's men, sometimes it's women, that's when they start speaking out about the person that's now the person that was just at your service all the
Water?
time. The person that was
You
just
wanted to
at your service all the time has gotten to a point where I'm not at your service anymore.
But when,
And
you
so
have to-
when
are
they're
they
not
gonna
at their
actually
service,
realize that.
when
That's
they're
the thing.
I don't know, but when they're
Right.
not at your service, now it's a conversation. You don't do this no more. You don't do that no more. You don't do this no more. You don't do that. I'm disrespected. You not da 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 da. You not doing da 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 da. Like if for 5 years I've been doing all of this, and all of a sudden for 3 months I'm not doing all of this. Don't you think it's time to take a step back and look at why this person that has been doing all of this for
That's
this
if they
long-
have enough wherewithal to be able to do that.
Well, motherfuckers, see, okay, I need to have conversations before.
So this
we
is
on
the thing.
date
So let me.
Of wherewithal.
So this is the thing. What and Kel and I have had this conversation for
Heated.
different reasons. But the thing that you're doing is, and I think, one, if I just take you at your word and take you at what you're saying, you're expecting you out of other people.
Exactly.
So
And I said that-
so if that's not the case, I mean, because you also have to understand that you have blind spots as well, right? So there's blind spots in your perception, blind spots in this person's perception, and there's also just a historical context that comes to bear with people, where they came from, what's normalized to them. So if
How is their family dynamic?
right,
Their relationship with their parents and siblings. All that matters.
right. So if you come into something, even if you're giving your new self, let's just say like you came to the situation like, you know what, this person excites me, like this drug excites me, right? You start to behave for the drug. You're not behaving for the person, you're behaving for the high.
Right, so you can get that same love.
Right, so you see like if you've ever seen somebody who's addicted to
somebody
something,
who lose themselves in a relationship of being at the service.
Right.
So
that's kind of what we're.
So they're because your behavior tells you what you are, no matter what. Form denotes function. You know what I'm saying? If you see a big tall dude and he's got like big bulbous shoulders, you can imagine he's probably a basketball player, right? It wouldn't be out of the realm, and you might be right. Like, oh yeah, I played for this, that, or the third, and because the way he's built himself up tells you what he's doing, right? So when even emotionally and even socially, you can see, you can look at people and go, you're probably, because we're human, we're not that damn different from each other. We're not. So when you see somebody who's addicted to drugs, you see the tells.
Yep.
You could tell, the way they talk, the things they talk about, the way that, So when you're addicted to your situation, your spouse or whatever, you got tells.
So yeah, there was.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, it make all the sense.
So then now you're running around here, a drug addict.
Yep.
And what drug addict doesn't make any deal possible to get to their high?
There you go. I have a personal experience kind of emblematic of this whole conversation. So,
I think we all do, and to some extent.
Yeah.
That's what I'm speaking from.
And so I'm just gonna kind of give that anecdote because
Let's go.
But basically, 2022 November, I met a girl who goes to the same school as me, SCAD, and we started dating pretty much like.
Is it gentrific over there?
Yeah, it's pretty white. It's pretty white.
I love that he caught it. Oh man, keep going.
And yeah, I don't really. SCAD is kind of whack in that area. Like they turned a halfway house into a fucking like multi-story housing building, but whatever.
A halfway house?
Pretty much, yeah. I think
They
it got.
took the halfway houses and turned them into dorms and stuff.
Yeah.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah.
We'll have to talk about that some other time. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, so basically,
and we are going to touch back on that for sure.
We had SCAD has like a 6 week to 7 week winter break. So like November, right, the week of Thanksgiving is when winter break starts, and I met her like 2 weeks before that, and there were some red flags, but I had been in kind of a darker spot before that.
You ignored them.
And because of that, there were some real significant red flags, like outbursts of like crying and stuff like that. Still being really attached to the previous relationship that she was only a month out of.
Oh man, yeah.
That's
I'm not gonna say that, but I'm not gonna say that. It got anyways.
Makes you a serial lover.
We come back to school.
Did you say serial lover?
Serial lover. Serial monogamists do that.
Continue, sir.
So we come back. We come back, and it's we come back in like this January, and like over that break, like she had expressed like, oh, I'm not really feeling this relationship. But then like 2 hours later, she's like, okay, never mind. Just kidding. My bad.
Oh, so she's like a gas. Okay, go ahead.
Anyways, this is all just to kind of.
It was the way he was just like, ugh, and to you. That's all. Your body language.
Oh, okay. My bad. No, but basically like January, we come back, and throughout that whole period from like January to mid/end of March, there were like points in time where she would basically feel like would like tell me that like, oh, I can't like hang out with my friends because I should be hanging out with her, and like if I'm not doing stuff with her.
Oh, so you're trying to control you?
Yeah, and if I'm not doing stuff with her, like it's not okay, right? Like you don't want to be with me, you don't want to be around me. Like why don't you want to be around me? It's like no, like we see each other every day.
Those
right?
are marriage boundaries.
Yeah, we see each other every day. So like it's to a point where like, okay,
Even then that's OD.
Yeah, I see you all the time. So like if I'm not with you and with other people, with my friends and stuff like that, like that's not like something that
It's
is
not problematic.
wrong. No, it's not problematic at all. And like anytime I would like bring up an issue with her, she would like shut down, basically say like, "Oh, you're yelling at me, you're getting mad at me." It's like, no, I'm trying to have a conversation. And like I feel like it just came to a point where like I couldn't. She got to criticize me and tell me what I was doing wrong, but the second I like spoke from my perspective, all of a sudden it's an issue, right? And
she couldn't take accountability.
She had expressed like previous trauma to me that I'm not going to air that out. That's not my stuff to share. But you know, trauma with past boyfriends and stuff like that.
That doesn't justify like the behavior.
Of course not.
And that's the part that people don't get.
Well, yeah, I mean, and we could talk on end about how people pass trauma down onto.
It is a part of, but my thing is in regards to that part when you're like, this causes me to do this. If you're not going to actively work on it while you're in this relationship, you should not be dating anybody. Point blank. Period.
She didn't realize that. No, and look, there is a conversation to be had about like generational trauma. I mean, I know that's technically not generational trauma, but it does get passed on.
Yeah, no, I mean, even the people that you date is semi a part of that generational shit. You know what I mean?
But the point is that it got to a point where she was like physically abusive, like hitting and
that's never
screaming at me, accusing me of cheating, and accusing me of like a bunch of other stupid shit.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm familiar with that.
There ended up having to be essentially a restraining order.
Damn.
Put on her, and it's like through SCAD. It's called a no contact order. So basically, like, she can't talk to me and I can't talk to her.
What? SCAD has their own police situation?
No, it's not police. It's like it doesn't mean anything. It's
but if you do take it to maybe like the police officer or whatever, it'll make a more legal case for you to get an actual restraining order.
I have no idea. I haven't made an attempt. All right,
you just got it done so she can get the fuck out your face.
It's just it was a precaution basically.
Heard you.
Right. So but yeah, and then I haven't really spoken to her since. I mean, obviously I like see her around and stuff like that, but it's just since then I've been kind of like super closed off, like emotionally, but then at the same time, like not really. You know what I mean? Like I've been closed off in terms of like wanting to be in a relationship with somebody, but like I'll still, if presented that, like
you wouldn't mind.
It has to fall in your lap.
Like I'll no, if no, because I don't want to date right now. But like I'm saying, like I've been intimate with people.
Okay.
Like outside of a relationship.
You was fucking.
Yeah.
Okay.
You ain't got to be censored on here. I promise you, we've said words.
It's not. No, it's not about censoring. It's just about like I'm trying not to sound like gross, but no, like I don't know. I just I feel like there's a certain level of like you kind of don't want to give yourself over to somebody after you've kind of seen how that plays out in like a negative way, and like.
So here's my thing though to that. We end up becoming that very vulnerable, very giving, very subdued, submissive, whatever version of ourselves to some of the worst people, right?
That was me.
And then turn around and take that punishment that person is not going to stick around for.
Yeah.
And then give it to the person who's up next.
And I can't speak on that because I don't.
So
I haven't been in a relationship since then.
I don't want to do that.
I've been a victim of that, like somebody using like their past relationship trauma or whatever to dictate how they would proceed with trying to quote unquote love me, and it's not fun at all. I just feel like it comes from a place of course, obviously hurt, but as well as like it comes from a place of hurt. It comes from a place of fear, and just like not being healed yet. And I think that a lot of people need to realize it's okay to sleep in your bed alone. Like it's not that deep.
I love sleeping on my bed alone.
Right, like you got hella room. You can sleep naked if you want to.
Pass gas as loud as you like.
Oh my God. Okay.
It's a thing.
All of the above.
I be watching like YouTube going to sleep, like just like got like stupid fucking videos on.
Yeah, no, same.
Yeah.
So it's like nobody wants to be alone. Everybody feels like being in a relationship is something you have to do or you'll die damn near. And it's just like, no, just take those 6 months that you need necessary to actively work on yourself, and then eventually maybe date around. Don't just hop into a relationship, because a lot of the stuff that I realize happens is like people are numb to whatever their triggers are that cause them to act the way that they're acting. And so when they get in a relationship and these things pop up, they either are confused as to why, or they just don't question it because they think that's who they are. It's like, no.
Annie Banani.
Yes.
What are you thinking? And even Nanny got it good. That's why she don't know. I don't know.
I got it good. I'm
Love.
sorry. I got it really good. I've got a husband. I've got a kid. You know, I left my toxic household, so I'm good. I'm good.
No, I felt that.
I like how she's not like she's keeping it gangster. Like, oh, I'm chilling. Like, but I think that's exactly what the problem is.
That's
is
what
because,
I want. Like,
right, because the people who got it good ain't saying shit. Like, help me.
That's what I'm working on.
Trying to talk.
See, they babies, they young. Let
Okay,
them,
well,
let them
look.
have what they got.
Excuse me, baby. I done went through enough.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was
Just because I'm young.
y'all two are good.
No, we're good.
From
But I think
20 to 20, what? How old was I? 28, 29. I was in a solid 9-year relationship.
Yeah, no, not I. I done been through a few and I done been through some shit.
I got out of it, and I'm
Listen.
currently married.
but you have
Listen,
to
listen.
Go ahead, girl.
David and I have almost been together for almost 2 years, and we've been engaged for almost a year. Okay. So I could definitely tell you there has been times that we've almost like fucking ended shit. Like me taking Henny, saying bye, you know, I'm gonna go live with my parents, get off my own feet. There's times that we had. But in my personal way, I feel like if you have communication that you say, hey, what you're doing to me, I don't like it. Okay. Can you like step back? Like, can we not do that anymore? And we'll apologize. So I get it. We'll see mean stuff. That's normal. For any couple's relationship, you'll see mean shit. But at the end of the day, we apologize. We make up with each other. We say we love each other. And the next day, we're okay. But
see, that
you know,
takes steps to
Because I think that you
forgive
guys have.
people. Like
yeah.
Right.
there's
That
multiple
comes with
steps to that
compatibility, too.
people compatibility, like actually being able to be friends, being able to forgive, as well as forgive and then trust again, as well as be vulnerable. Like there's layers to what you
But I think what she, yeah.
but
that-
the thing is,
that-
I have given everything. That's the thing you don't know. I left. I dropped out of college. Like I dropped out
pointing
of
at me?
because
What?
like I
You
want you
don't
to
know.
know
What are
about
you
like
talking about?
relationships and shit. Like I dropped out like a fucking high school. I had 4 months left. I dropped out. I moved here. I got married. Well, I got engaged. Had a baby. You know, all that shit was piling on me because it's like all happened at once, and I'm like, I'm a mother now. You know, but at the same time, I feel like you know I didn't have a family.
Eddie over there like I did that shit.
I did have a family to come back. He did that shit. He
He
really
got the
did.
cape on and everything. My man is living a good life. No, go ahead.
But the thing is, I didn't really have a family to go to because when you're growing up in a household with Christianity, when they're beating you with the Bible literally and tell you to follow God's word and God's
least it
this
was only the
and not following your own way, it gets so much that mentally I can't tell you how many times I got sick in that household, but when I left at that household, I have not gotten sick once. When I tell you my mental health was fucking declining at the household, it was declining. But as soon as I left, I felt nothing but happy and joy again.
Yeah, no, I understand that for
So,
sure.
so here's the thing that you were talking about, and I like what you were saying, because when he's giving you the hearts, he's giving you the love.
Ew.
Such a sweet boyfriend.
Right, that was really pretty. Boo! Somebody boo this man. Right, yeah, there you go.
There we
You
go.
earned it yourself.
Come on,
Everybody
man.
like,
That's
where
our
you at?
donkey of
Where
the
you
day
at?
sound.
Don't be yourself, man.
No, but she said something that, and it just gave me a new idea. She said we talk about it, and a lot of times in our relationships we don't talk about it, and I believe those untalked about those moments that weren't closed become grudges, right? And you never talked about this, and then you hold on to it. And then you let the other situations happen, and then you let it kind of slide back, and maybe it times out, and you really can't talk about it because the moment passed. But it's still inside of you. It's still unsolved and unresolved.
See, even then, like to me, if the moment passed and you feel like you just can't, the communication is still not.
That's what I'm saying. That's where the grudge starts. So we are in
Because
relationships with people we still have
has
grudges
to
with.
be with communication. It has to be on both sides. Like if somebody said, "Oh, I don't want to fucking communicate," but you're putting a whole out on communication.
So
Let's change that. to
I've been
comprehension.
at the point of
'Cause I can talk
grudge
to my face, it's
holding,
black and blue.
and it's not in my character to want to hold a grudge. So when I started feeling like I like the hate feeling, I had to brace myself to the human relatability. Like I had to just look at it through a different lens and understand that a human is human. They just wasn't the human that was for me.
Yeah, and then even if that's not necessarily true, but continue.
It wasn't the necessary reciprocity or the compromise or the conversation. The communication that needed to happen.
Because you got the baby. Oh.
It's the will. It's the will of both people.
Yeah.
If the will of both people isn't on the same page, it's just nothing's going to come from that. And they have to have that will. And when you see that it's you beating a dead horse over and over again, you'll get tired of beating a dead horse.
But we don't though, so that's the problem.
But I also
Too many times.
see
we beat the wrong horse.
Speaking,
you do because I'm not gonna take. I'm working on it in my own self. I'm not gonna take what happened from one relationship into the next one because originally I want to give my all. I want to be at your service. I also want my significant other to be at my service as well. And I don't want to get out of a relationship and end up in another one punishing them for something that I couldn't get over from another relationship. I genuinely don't want to do that. And we have to genuinely not want to do that in moving forward in our own growth before we do that to people. Like, I don't.
But here's the thing.
I got a question for you. Like, have like all these, especially the women here, have you heard the term where I've seen a lot of women say this, if you want to go back to your man, you do it, but go back to enough where you hate him. Have you heard that term?
No.
I think I understand where it's supposed to be going. Like, if you think that, like you still want him while you're there, this isn't a healthy thing to do, and I am not condoning it. I just want to throw that out there. Anyway, I think that if it's something that you do, you're going back to prove yourself right. That they're going to continue to fuck up. And so that way you can finally despise them and leave them alone. Otherwise, you're not going to because you still love them.
Well, I also think like there's this weird thing, and I think for every year that you love that person, it's gonna take that much time to like unlove that person.
Oh yeah, because you can imagine in your brain that you married them, and your brain will believe that. Your brain and reality, your imagination and your brain and like reality, it can't 100% tell the difference.
And but because there's a lag, right? Like, and that's where the term just walked away from me, so I'll just leave it alone. But when you lag from reality and your heart is still a year ago, 2 years ago, you're having an emotional lag. Like, yo, I still feel this person like they're still there. I still, my body still.
What they like to call soul ties.
But that is again like an addiction, right? And they say you're always addicted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So once you become an addict, you know what I'm saying? This is why relationships, I guess, in theory, were meant to last forever, because that was supposed to be your fix. And that was supposed to be it. But we see too many drugs these days. And everybody, you know what I'm saying? And I got my drug of choice, but...
I heard that swallow.
Yeah, it was. I heard all that. God damn. Henny, you're going to have some fun tonight.
When did he do them? Okay.
Oh,
shit.
When did he
There you go. She said, when doesn't he? She said, I'm her, motherfucker. It's so when you get like I had a serious relationship that lasted 3 years, and it took me, I was a year to the other relationship before that one completely fell off, but I didn't.
Me too.
You're a
I was like
shitty sound guy. But I producer.
Nice.
I love you, Henny.
But I never made it that lady's issue, because the way she showed up was part of the release. Part of the thing that helped me let go was because in being with that next person and the way that person showed up, I realized that the person that I was mourning, the loss I was mourning, was the idea of that person and not how that person actually
Exactly, and
existed.
that's
There you go.
where
Person.
Boom.
You know what I mean? Like
I ain't gonna say too much, but
I could tell you are a lucky
What?
man, Jive.
mourning,
look, I'm a
the
Mourning a
last
relationship.
person, you really was mourning the
person.
the picture you painted.
Yeah.
Or the
Yeah.
potential of
That's
that
what I was
person.
saying, bitch.
You wasn't really mourning that.
Yeah, like the-
individual,
Because that
what you
person was
going-
what you. That
was
person
what-
was never what you wanted them
Right.
to be. It was just the fact that they never was what you wanted them to be.
well, because it's almost like when people said
or
the
what
good
they
old
said
days.
they were. Or
The
showed
human-
you at first.
Yeah, like when people say the good old days, the
first
human
90
condition
days.
knows how to like just sweep away all the bad shit
That's not what.
and just keep
people
the
mean
golden
Where
moments.
I'm from.
But
And
you
then is that not a thing? Shut up, white
No,
boy.
where I'm from,
some people
good
do
old
the
days
opposite.
means something different.
Oh
It's-
yeah, no, I know what that one.
I,
means.
that like I was like, oh.
Yeah, no, those good old days were something else.
No.
But no, like the good when people say that, like even in the black community, there are black community they'll say things like, "Oh, it was better back in the days," and you're like, back in like the 50s,
Yeah,
the
like
40s,
back in
because
what day, dog?
but you're right, because I don't know what day you're
trying to
talking.
make America great again.
But the human condition knows how to sort of
The brain is just trying to keep you safe. If you want me to be real, like you said, it gets rid of all of the bad shit. It
yeah, and it holds on to the good.
projects the good stuff in your face.
So then, if you do
But
that in
that's the-
short term with the relationship that you just had, you start to melt away all the bad qualities, keep
Yeah.
the gold parts, and go, "That's the whole person."
no,
And then, but you have to realize if that person was this person that I imagined, then she would
I
still
would.
be here. I would still be there. What the problem is
they're not.
the person that I have in my brain is not the person that they're completely two different people. The only thing they do is look the same.
But most of the time, the picture you painted is based off of the foundation they set.
Oh
when y'all met.
the impression
That
they
is
made.
why I
The
personally
Exactly.
will never be okay until the first 90 days are over.
Damn.
Call it what you want. Because nobody can keep up an act for 90 days. After that, that's when all of that little fake interior or exterior that they're showing you starts to shut away.
But you also have to. It
Cal killed
allows
my
you
baby.
to. It also allows you in those 90 days to see if,
Man, he not
even if that person has a fault or a flaw,
Yeah.
if they're willing to
fell
work.
asleep on the top.
I don't like. I just kind of show myself like. Just in
Authentic
general,
people will
like
show themselves up
like
front.
probably like 90%, and in the 10% that's like here is just like the stuff that is a little too vulnerable for me.
Right,
like,
for
to
sure.
give to everybody. But like in general, like with everything, I feel like I'm pretty authentic. Like I don't really try and like censor myself. I don't really try and like say things to make other people feel
I
better.
think that's like a handicap of an artist. To be honest, I think it's a handicap of an artist because we naturally present ourselves vulnerable enough for us to be able to create the stuff that we create. So we would think that creating this love with this person would be in the same thing.
Yeah.
We can't really help it. And so when it comes down to
But
almost
it's different when you're doing a bunch of like unknown people that you don't know, like on a streaming service, versus like somebody that you can see across from you, look at you face to face. Like I know exactly what you're talking about. Like because I've written shorts and stuff like that, and try to put myself into that, and it's a lot easier
Yeah.
than trying to put myself out there for like an actual. What do we got going?
hell?
on?
That was me.
Put myself out
Oh.
there for like an actual person that I know and I'm familiar with.
Well, yeah, that's also true. But I think I don't know. I think it's just the I don't want to say this word, but authenticity of it all, really, like in between all that.
That was funny.
Nah, stay right there so she can get your ass too.
There we go.
Hilarious what she's doing.
Boom.
Oh no, he got me.
He got who?
Oh, did you?
Got John
He
too?
did, bro. He
what's my-
Send
did.
that to me.
Was my finger in my nose? Here.
Hi, babe.
Jay.
Oh my
got that shit.
god!
Hang on, let me see.
Is that what you were doing with that?
The glass,
To
yeah.
do with a
Fire.
glass?
Show
Oh my
Show
god!
the camera.
Yo, that's got to go up.
Please.
That's madness.
There we go.
She's over there like, I'm good. I'm actually.
Look, anyway, I'm not trying to be Drake and be like 39 and still not be able to hold a relationship. You know
Drake
what
is a fucking pedophile, okay?
I know people.
Drake is a
who-
pedo.
I know someone who is 16 and didn't sleep with him, but he like flirted with her and I think they like made out or something.
That's literally whether you sleep or not. You're a pedophile doing that shit, bro.
No, I'm not
Kissing,
saying. I'm not saying he
hugging.
isn't. I'm just saying.
No, the point that he's
that
trying to make,
happened.
like,
The point I'm trying to make, like, a lot of people think it's pedophile because you fuck a minor. No, it's not. But if you're kissing, hugging, touching her,
he
you're
was
a
agreeing
fucking
with you.
pedophile.
Who the
That's
fuck is
grooming.
telling you that? What kind of psychopath?
People who are fucking supporters of Drake. Have
That's
you not?
crazy. No. Well, look.
Have you
I don't-
not seen the debate of that shit?
No, well, if you're debating what pedophilia is, then you've lost the plot. Like I've seen some people
Kenny
like
has something
say
to
like,
say.
oh, like there was that video on like at that concert where he like, asked the fan what their age is, and he's like, "You're 17. Oh goddamn, why do you have an ass like that? Being 17." And then he like gets up on her and he's like, "I love the way your tits feel on me," or whatever. And then he like kisses her on stage. It's gross. But people were
So he's
arguing
even
because she was
crazy?
17 in like a specific location that it was okay. And I'm
That
like, bro, like
is-
that doesn't change
Doesn't
anything.
matter.
But if she's
Overall,
in the
it's
United
Once you
States,
start
she's still a minor.
Once you start arguing about age of consent, you have lost the plot.
Yeah.
I
until
Uh-huh.
you don't know someone's age until you know someone's age. If they're 17,
No, he asked.
He asked.
okay, I was about to say because
Yeah,
if
uh-huh.
they're 17, they look 22, and you don't know the difference. Like,
Can we get that on the mic?
It's gonna mute us.
Where's your mic?
If you 17
home?
and you look a certain way, you carry yourself a certain
Oh, wait,
way, and
forgot
it's
to take my car.
misunderstood, their eye is not attracted to the child in you. Their eye is attracted to the woman they're seeing. And then you say, "Oh, I'm
Shit.
15." Then that's like, "Oh shit." Now
well,
you
okay,
should be
so
aware.
so
Like, I understand
know
what
what
you're
I'm saying?
saying, but this isn't like
we were talking about something completely different.
Yeah.
But go
Hold
ahead.
on.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
we were.
This
Hold on.
isn't-
Hold on. Now we're talking about pedophilia here.
But I got
So I got a
I'm
question.
getting, like phone
I
calls
personally
and
got a
stuff.
question.
What?
So
Wait.
you know how like there's always been a thing going on like recently in public. There's this lady that just went to jail recently because she pulled down this 16-year-old shorts down because her booty shorts or what? No, that short is a mini skirt, and she went to jail because you just fucking sexually assault somebody. You touched her,
Yeah, you can't touch anybody.
right? But the fact that she was going on, you're 16, it's inappropriate. Okay, wait, well,
I mean,
keep your eyes
undressing me in
somewhere
front of
else.
everybody else is fucking inappropriate, bitch.
Right.
Look, I think that there is a time and a place to show off a certain amount of skin. Like obviously, I don't think school is like
Yeah.
a proper
No, this
place
was like
to
in
be.
Starbucks. This was like in a public place. And she
Oh.
was like in a
Mind
full
your
group of
business, bitch.
friends too. And this
Yeah,
lady
that's-
just randomly pulled her skirt down.
That is whack. Like, I mean, it's whack regardless. Like, no matter the situation, you can't just grab somebody's pants and pull them down.
Oh, hi, my love.
Homeboy agrees. You know what I mean? he knows what's up.
Hi, sweetheart.
But anyways, like you can't do that, right? But like, so I'm probably the most fresh out of high school out of everyone here.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
Oh yeah.
21.
Oh yeah.
20?
Yeah, I'm 21.
21. Oh, so you're like, so
20.
He's 2
One.
years older than me. Yeah, so he's actually no. I'm the youngest. I'm 19.
Oh,
so
really?
I'm the
So
you are
fresh.
19.
I'm the fresh one here.
You guys got engaged at 19?
No, I've got when it no,
Henny
we
is the
got
youngest,
engaged
actually.
when I
That's
turned
wild.
18 and a half when I was 18 and a half.
All right.
So I was actually yeah.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Wasn't it?
If we're gonna, I guess we're gonna have this
But
conversation.
Henny
I get what she's saying, right?
Daddy?
Because I mean,
I don't
if
want to
you
have that conversation.
if you I get what you're saying. I like what you said. I'm gonna probably use it in the future. But if you're haggling over, like I heard Joe Rogan say that, like if you gotta explain why you said something
no.
racist, then you just said something
Henny's the
racist.
fresh
Well,
one.
it's
Henny's the
ironic
fresh
that
one.
Joe is the one saying that
Yeah, because he's
because
definitely
he's just threw the N-word out. Like,
he's done that
many
over the
times
years. Yeah, like
on it.
did you see like how many times they did like a mashup?
yeah,
of how
no,
many
there
times
is
he
a
said
Joe
it.
Rogan N-word compilation on
Right.
YouTube. You could go watch it right now.
And he does it all the time, and he just thought that because he was using it in context that he was like free from the rules.
Hell, fuck no.
No.
But yeah,
Hin.
so let's just get back to the thing we were talking about
New
before
Orleans
that.
dudes
The
be
point
trying to get
that
me
he
to
was
say
trying to
it.
make about Drake was that he's 39, and oh woe is me, I can't get a woman, and like oh I have $300 million but I can't find love. It's nobody wants to. Joe.
He has a type. He
What
has
is
a
Drake,
type.
Wait,
Drake
wait,
has
wait,
a
wait.
Drake
Drake
has a
has
vapid
a
type.
type
Jake-
for minors.
Drake is an actor. Let's put that out there.
He's a pop
So this
star.
persona that he's putting out and the music that he puts out is to a narrative.
Yeah.
And he's been following that narrative. It's a formula.
Yeah.
Like if you listen to Kevin Hart's stand-up, he has a formula, and if you listen to it, you'll hear it. Drake has a formula. It's made him wildly successful. If I was doing the one thing that whatever makes me $300 million, I'm gonna try to do it again.
Yeah.
Like that's so you can't absolve him of that much. Like it's fair enough.
Well, okay, he didn't make. All right, look, I'm not criticizing Drake. I'm criticizing. Look, I can criticize Drake all day. I talked to Cliqu'd about this off camera about the Drake and Kendrick beef because she was talking about it because y'all had filmed your episode on it.
Yeah.
And I have certain opinions on Drake and certain opinions on.
Kendrick.
Well, I mean, not
Or just in
necessarily.
general?
I mean, I have opinions on Kendrick, but not necessarily bad ones. But I have opinions about Drake, about his music, about what he means, about him as a person. I think that like somebody like that kind of like attracts and is somewhat attracted to people who are vapid in nature.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, but because it doesn't question.
Yeah, it doesn't question. They
That's
don't.
what you were
They
talking
don't.
about
They
last
aren't necessarily questioning of his lifestyle, of his spending habits, of his addictions, because he does have pretty big gambling problem. Like I know that companies like Stake like do pay him to make these bets, but like he doesn't have like it's not like contractually obligated to do like $15 bets that he loses all the time. Like that's not part of the contract.
Well, so here's the thing, right? So I mean, again, when you're dealing with
I
that
don't think
level
a
of
normal person would want to.
when you're dealing with that level of and again, it goes back to Diddy and it goes back to Trump. When you're dealing with that level of sustained success and lack of accountability,
Nice way to bring it all together.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Of course, this behavior, because there's a phrase for it, and it's absolute power corrupts.
The phone that's on here needs to get charged.
Okay.
the fame, that's what I told David. Fame, I feel like fame corrupts a lot of people. When they notice they get all the attention, fame feels like it really corrupts people because they've got the money, the power, and they do as they wish or whatever, and it just turns into evil people. That's just my opinion about it. Do you need a charger?
So what was I know that we kind of got sidetracked into a conversation about Drake, but what was the third topic? Because I kind of felt
Relationships. We were talking about the communication, how it was good, and your
Yeah, we really got sidetracked.
it kind of felt like we were done with that though. Oh God, we're doing technical difficulties right now.
We're good now.
BBL.
No, he has a song where like he's singing. It's the closer off of the Scary Hours 3 EP, and he's like saying like "fuck my ex," but the way he says it, and I don't know if we could play the audio, but the way he says it is like it sounds like he's saying "fuck my ass." Fuck my ass.
What the fuck?
It seriously does.
I mean, has it not been like some like
Me
what's
too,
the
Henny.
word? Hints that he's been a little suspect.
Well, I mean, people on Twitter, like especially Black Twitter, make fun of him for being
I love Black
like
Twitter. I don't
zesty.
use
But
it,
like,
but-
I think if Drake is gay, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's not gonna like. I don't care.
I'd be shook if the Drake.
I feel like
turns gay out of nowhere.
hip hop like just has somewhat of an issue with just gayness in general.
Homosexuality.
Oh, I forgot to say this. Happy Pride Month, people out
Yes.
there.
Yes.
Happy Pride.
Yeah.
Your girl got a music video coming out in like 2 weeks.
Do we have any members in the room with us?
Allies?
No,
Or like people in the community?
people in the community.
I'm in the leg booty community.
Leg booty.
Leg booty.
Girl.
What's the G and the T?
LEG.
No. I know. LEE.
Yeah, no E, but leg, and then
Yeah, leg,
BT.
booty.
Community.
There's more.
What you want me to add? The Q and the plus?
No.
leg, booty.
I'm like, so it's LGBT, right?
So you're saying
Right.
L and
Plus
B.
community plus.
you're saying
leg.
you're
What's the G? What's the
Leg booty?
Leg.
No, like
What does the
leg
G-
booty. You got like tits And then what's the G? For the T
No,
is
the leg
tits.
is a part of the G, the LG.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so you're like
LGBTQ.
you're thinking like a
and
graphic
plus.
designer. I thought we were given like
No,
I
no,
thought,
We don't
acronyms.
quote
No.
queers because queers are fucking weird. Just kidding. We love everyone.
See if I
What?
can pick you up. Okay.
we have lost a member.
All
All right, you're 2 people now.
I am okay. I'll get into my character. I've been taking some steroids, so it's been giving me multiple personality. So I'll just let him take over every now and
live
then.
his best life.
No, but yeah. Happy Pride Month.
Oh yeah.
I just remember that when you just said like
You should let
Drake
me
and gay.
lick a coochie just for the month.
Okay.
Crazy.
That's
I
wild.
don't know.
That's
I'll take you up on that.
Lick some coochie for the month.
crazy work.
Yeah, no, that's wild. My bad.
So, no.
My bad.
Let's just move on. Let's just. What was I gonna say? To your point about the black community and its problem with
Hip hop. I am not
hip-hop.
speaking on the black community.
Oh yeah, the hip hop.
Respect.
I mean, hip hop is a artifact of black community. That's the thing. So the problem with that is because
Be safe, please.
Hasta luego, chica.
Bye.
Well, yeah, literally later.
Bye.
yeah, it's nice seeing you. We'll see you in a little
See you
bit.
later.
Like an hour.
Be safe, please.
What time is it anyway?
Probably
like 8.
It is
30.
8:36. It's almost time for Henny's bedtime.
How long we been up?
No.
All right, 10 minutes. We're gonna go a couple more minutes. 20.
It goes by fast. We're not gonna talk for 5.
Okay, so check it out.
I thought there was like a drinking game going on.
We were, but
We don't
we
have
have
any
shot
shots.
It's
Oh,
shot
okay.
glass.
We can have shots.
No, we don't have
Shot
cups.
glasses.
I mean,
And I'm not getting
can drive
a
the boat,
DUI
but-
going from here.
Yeah,
Oh
me neither.
hell no! And you
Messing
have
with
to
y'all.
You
drive.
can just read the questions.
You
That would have to be
drive.
like.
Can we do that? Can we do the questions?
what are the
I'm cool with
questions?
doing the questions.
Let's do the
Let's
questions.
do the questions.
Let's do the questions.
Oh, all right.
The game is called. Go ahead.
Sin.
The game is called Sin. It's truth or drink. We're going to hell. 252 inquiries of iniquity. There you go.
Iniquity.
Yeah, it was a little tongue twister.
Yes.
Done.
252 inquiries.
She opened
of
it up and a
iniquity.
skull came out. It was like,
I wish.
What the
That would have
hell?
been dope as fuck. All right. So we got. Are we drinking? Taking a couple shots?
I can't take
I'll,
shots.
look,
straight
I'll just
up.
tell
I
the
just
truth.
Fucking,
I'll play the game. I'll tell the truth.
You have more wine?
I will tell the truth as well.
Bullshit. It's no fucking fun. So I'm the only motherfucker in here drinking today.
You don't have to
No.
try.
You don't have to like murder your liver to like enjoy conversation.
we
Cirrhosis.
have a big one at home.
But it's called Truth or Drink.
is that a brand new
Yeah.
one?
So truth.
All right, y'all
Oh,
ready?
shit.
I have
Truth is
wine.
part of the game.
Actually, I'm gonna pass a couple. Yeah, it is, but that's boring. I'm gonna pass a couple of these to you. Pass that down to him.
All right.
I'm gonna give a few of these to you. Keep that for yourself.
All right.
Okay.
And
Give me
then
some of them
Mr.
bitches.
Garrison.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh shit.
Well, it's Cornelius right now.
Mr. Cornelius.
It's the steroids.
Steroids?
Yeah.
Steroids are talking? Okay. So, the youngest in the room is Annie, yeah?
Yes.
No, it's Henny.
He
And they can't
fucking
read.
read.
He is Asian, so we don't know that.
So there's 2
I'm
of
colorless,
these.
too.
So does it matter which one I've picked?
Whichever one you wanna. Out of the entire deck, you just ask questions.
Okay. I'll
Pick
do
somebody.
this one. It says. So am I supposed to ask you the question?
You can ask
You can ask the
anybody,
room.
but pick someone.
Yo, pick
All
someone.
right,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
someone?
pick
Okay.
you.
Just make it quicker. Okay.
Okay.
She's not concerned.
Very.
You met the devil at the crossroads. He offers to give you one whole class skill to exchange for your soul. What's your answer?
A skill to exchange for my soul. Not gonna lie.
Guitar. Just like the whole thing. Okay, go ahead.
Nah.
It's played out.
It would have to do with like understanding how white folks get their money, like that generational wealth. How I could get that for myself.
You wanna
They
know?
can Put a whole
The knowledge. So you want
I have
knowledge?
an idea.
You want to know?
already.
There's
Yeah.
a real good reason for it.
Scam.
What is it?
the reason is we're white.
I guess okay. Well, yeah.
You don't have to deal with systematic racism.
Yeah.
So it's like it makes it infinitely easier. That's why you see like how many compare the number of like black people to the number of white people that say like, you know, oh, you gotta just work hard and you'll be successful.
Man, what? That shit pisses me off. Like,
Exactly.
bitch, stop fucking lying.
And like, look, no diss to my father. He worked very hard and he is very successful. But there is a level of luck and there's a level of systematic stuff that goes into that. You know what I mean? So like, there's a
when your work ethic is allowed to grow equity, then you could create a different reality for yourself. But when
like,
you're
when your environment allows it.
So when
The class that I want is how to clone myself white, so I can just have that version of me walking around making my money, and then I just like chill, make like an AI robot, and then make her white and bring all my money.
So you need to learn
I'm a pimp a robot.
robotics.
That's just you just need to that you described the concept of investing.
Just find some white guy to be the face of
Just
my company.
hire a white dude to make
You know
money
what? I'm
for
just
you.
getting into financial domination. I take that back. I gotta figure out what my class is gonna.
All right, your turn.
It's
Pick a
my turn
question.
to ask people a question.
Ask a question.
All right, I'm gonna pick a card.
Pick a card. In the card.
How'd you cut me, yo?
Because you was wilding.
All right,
Hey.
hang on. Let me read this question.
Okay, go ahead. Who you pointing it to? Who you giving it to?
Okay, I'm interested in your Jive. I'm interested in your take on this question.
Oh Lord.
What is the least offense, so the most minimal offense that would make you consider physically hurting the offender?
The least offensive.
Touching me.
Hey now.
Oh,
So
man.
like, and physically hurting can be anything. It can be slapping. It can be pushing. It could be beating the fuck out of.
murder.
It can be that too.
What is the least offensive thing?
Yeah, like if the most minimal thing, like the smallest thing
smallest
that hurts
thing.
you in like either physically or emotionally.
Oh, okay. I think one of the smallest things, and it's one of the things I have been working on, is being patronized.
But somebody like constantly
You
picking at you?
physically hurt someone over.
Really? When I say despise being patronized, because it insults my intelligence, and I consider myself to be intelligent. So the minute you think you're smarter than me, I am violently angry.
I know you're so smart, aren't you?
I think so. I think so. In my very arrogant moments, I'm like, "Oh, you thought you were the smartest person in this room, but I'm about to do something really ignorant."
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
So it's stupid and it's very small, but
That's your thing.
I just hate being talked down to.
Yeah, I can understand that.
You know what I mean? Because for a very, 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 very long time, I looked a lot younger than I am. And so then I would get people who were my age or maybe even younger that would talk to me like I was like fresh out of high school. And that just puts you in a weird headspace. So then I would just like
bitch, who the fuck are you talking to?
I'm grown. I got kids. And I take care of them. So let's do all the things. That kind of thing. My turn. Let's see. We're gonna put this banana banana.
Yay. I'm excited.
Wait. That was a good one, but I want to like. Ooh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. Annie, have you ever looked at your partner's text when they weren't around, and what did you find?
Do we actually want to honestly like? I feel
drink. Or drink. You gotta drink. You gotta drink some
The
wine.
truth, or you gonna talk to
Or
Quavo?
drink.
It's up to him. It's up to him.
No, it's up to you. You gotta drink.
I guess you don't have to spill what you found,
Yeah.
but
No,
rather
I
you-
want to spill the whole tea.
Oh.
No, we're gonna do that. You're gonna take a shot. That's
taking a shot.
taking a
Wait,
shot.
why am I taking a shot?
Because you can't
I
tell the
haven't.
whole truth, nothing but the truth.
So help.
Whatever the there you go. So help me, whatever the fuck.
I can say it. It was, you know what? I can say it. But no. I'm gonna say it. The thing I found was
You take a fucking shot.
She was all she uncorked it and everything. She was like, "You gonna take?" Go ahead.
She
Go ahead.
wants her to take a shot regardless.
Right.
I don't know how to take shots. I'm just like scared.
Oh baby, it's gonna get poured in here.
What was the question again?
What
Have you ever looked around in your partner's text when they weren't around, and what did you discover?
Yeah, I discovered his coworkers and him are gay as fuck. I'm talking about
Nice.
like his coworkers telling him, "Daddy, I'm gonna call you back, Daddy. Like I love you," and then like, "Oh, baby girl," I'm like, "Ooh, what the fuck?"
Oh, that's the men do that.
That's
Men
just
do
a guy
that.
thing.
That's the
Because-
Men do that.
It's weird
You know-
to me, bro.
That's the bromance.
All of that started coming from my new black coworker.
Yeah, like yo, look.
Wait, the
You
guy
have-
that you told us about
you
that
have
want to be on the
learned nothing.
podcast.
Like
Hilarious.
when we were in Iraq, oh my God, you wouldn't believe the things you heard. But
Probably
The
moan
military
just
is
because.
way more gay than I thought it was.
Oh my god.
For like an like the Navy for like an institution that like is
No.
incredibly homophobic.
Listen, I
has
bet
been,
you the only place like
I'll like hear my friends like just say like, "Oh yeah, we were like doing the most gay shit."
he's hungry,
like-
babe.
there's one thing that there's a phrase in the military when they want to make the line tighter, like if you're
Yeah.
in line with each other and they want to like squeeze it in, they go
Dick the booty.
make your buddy smile. Get closer, make your buddy smile. You're like, it's
Rude.
There you go.
like you ever seen like the extension that goes off like a gas can?
Somebody hold him on that makeup outfit.
No, you can use the same bottle, dear, because that bag
you
it holds in
spit
heat
up on
and
you?
cold.
Yeah, like
need a
it was we there was this like you ever seen like the it's like a flexible head off of a gas can that you can use like to
Yeah.
fill up. You know what that's called in the military?
No,
It's called a donkey dick.
there you go.
And and that's what it's
What is it?
called.
Wait, what?
It's called a donkey dick. Like
What is called
it's
that?
the extension that
What
comes
is
off
called that?
the extension that comes off a gas can, like the tube that you would stick into like you
And
know,
then
like-
you suck out the other end of the straw.
No. It's just it goes on the gas
Slurp that
can.
shit up.
It's flexible, and then you put it into the gas tank. It's called a donkey dick. That's just what it's called. And I've heard.
I swear that makes it funnier.
I've heard officers just casually call it that. Like, we got to go on a mission. Where's the donkey dick? And you're just like, oh, it's over there.
Insane.
He lost something.
It's. I don't know who has it. Everybody's, and it's. It
What'd
was
you lose?
mentioned in all seriousness. Nobody was trying to be funny. Nobody was like, yo, where is
Did you
it
lose
at?
your cards?
I have no idea where my cards are.
Oh, what the hell?
Crazy.
What? How? Oh, they're right there.
What?
Are they not? Is that your phone?
Oh my God, Jesus Christ!
You drunk too much.
No, 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 I didn't.
No, I didn't know such thing.
All right.
847.
847.
See, told you. You
Jive.
thought we was gonna talk for 5 minutes. I didn't
All
even
right,
get
we're
my
going to get
question
up out
out.
of here. Oh, go ahead. Go get your question out, and then we're going to get up out of here. We got to go assist with a show,
There you go.
So you know.
just so you know.
Henny,
Hey.
talk loud enough so we can catch you on the mic.
Hey.
Jesus.
What is? What would your parents be crushed to learn that you've done?
Oh, thank-
I'm gonna
said
keep my
it.
mouth shut.
I think she just said it. I think all the gay stuff was kind
Do
of.
I need to pour you a shot, Henderson? I'm pouring somebody a motherfucking shot today.
Yikes.
You doesn't take the
You can
shot.
pour
Hen?
me one. How about that? You can pour me one.
Take my shot.
No, you taking it if you ain't answering. What your mommy and
I
daddy
gotta
not so
drive.
proud of,
Huh?
I gotta drive.
I guess.
Did he do? Did you?
Then you gotta answer it, Doug.
Then you
I'm-
gotta answer.
Parents
I'll-
already know this.
I'll take the responsibility upon. Oh, is he taking one?
Yeah, he's gonna take one. You gotta take
Pass
it's like
it
a
to his
conservative one. Take a conservative shot, bro.
Take a shot.
I seen you drink more and drive. Give me this shit.
Take it.
Yeah, he is
This
capping.
Man,
That is
he
cap.
also
He's not
smokes
driving.
the most weed I ever
not
seen, and he can still drive. I mean, I'm talking about bloodshot, and I'm like,
Yeah, I know, cause he's had to drive me home.
The 08 culture.
Oh, this guy lives in fucking Hinesville.
And we.
That's
and our
awful.
podcast used to be fucking damn near downtown, and that motherfucker would have to drive me from fucking downtown all the way to my house after a
That's awful.
podcast,
and then all
and
the
then
way
drive
back.
all the way back home.
That is awful.
I think that's the first time I met you too.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the first time.
Yeah.
What you doing?
Who?
Throw it back.
Throw it back.
Right. Next time, throw it in a circle.
Yeah. There we go.
We got one. Hey, yo, man, this has been Clicked Up the podcast, man. We love that you've been hanging out with us, man. To see you in the chat room, man. Love everything. Love all the energy. If you like anything that you've seen, please like, share, subscribe, do all that cool stuff, man. Everybody in the building, man. I just want to thank you guys for coming out, man. We're going to definitely have you again, big guy. I like that political stuff.
Thank you.
Yo, man, we're out of here like last year. Peace.
See ya.
Peace.